David, welcome to Art of Manner. Thanks for appearing in our studio today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've been looking forward to this very much, especially doing a magic trick on the air with you. We're going to get to that in just a minute, but
Sure.
I want to learn a little bit more about you. I know you just moved here recently from Chicago. That's where you grew up?
Yes, I grew up in Chicago, and I started performing at age 14 in restaurants in Chicago. And then
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I was.
I mean, age 14. I mean, that's kind of got
yeah.
You
It was a good age to start because I really made all my mistakes. Most of them, most of the ones that you make being a young performer then, which was a good experience. I got a lot more experience, meeting people and everything, and learning to interact with them. So that was really fun.
What got you into it? I mean, you went to a magic show and just loved it? Or?
Yeah, I went to go see David Copperfield when I was 13, and my cousin and I had been practicing magic tricks all the way up until the show. And then after the show, my grandmother wanted to wait till all the crowds were gone, so we just waited, and everybody was literally gone. And then David Copperfield came to the stage, and we were the only ones in there. They probably didn't even see us. And him and I, ran down to the stage while he was doing his meet and greet, and snuck into the meet and greet, and got to shake his hand and everything.
Nice.
And it was very, very cool.
That's very cool. Have you had a chance to see him again or meet him since then?
I saw him again, and it was great, especially because my dad got to go on stage and help him with one of the tricks. So it was pretty funny. And but I didn't get to meet him again, so hopefully one day.
It's interesting. I mean, I've talked to a lot of magicians, and for so many of them, it was that experience of being at a live show. When they were a kid. I mean, I remember. I think I was about maybe 9 years old when I got to see Doug Henning and got called up on stage.
You got to go on stage.
Yeah,
with
I got
Doug
to go
Henning.
on stage with Doug Henning when I was
That's
9.
incredible.
And it was amazing. And I was already a fan of magic, as a lot of kids are. But you just fall in love with it, then you start wanting to practice and do it and all that. And obviously, but you turned in a career at 14. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, it was mostly restaurants, and then whatever parties kind of came from that. And then I got a little bit older and started thinking about what I wanted to do, if I really wanted to try to make magic a career. And after high school, I got into, I didn't go for it. I just went into heating and air conditioning, and I was doing that, and I was like, you know what, this is not going to be fulfilling in the long term. I got to go for the magic.
Nothing's wrong with heating and air conditioning.
Oh, no, it's a little
really
good
bit, unless you're trying to do an
if you're
escape act from it.
yeah.
Like an air duct or something.
Yeah, or all the gases involved in it. But I was like, okay, this is not fulfilling in any way, shape, or form. I should go for my magic because it's what I've been doing for so long. I know if I don't try for it. So I got into college because I wanted to learn more about marketing, and I studied public relations and at Southern Illinois University. So I lived there, and Carbondale was just kind of my playground for learning, learning to approach different. More restaurants and nightclubs because I was finally 21. I could go there, and I had an incredible experience there. It was people still ask for me at one of the restaurants that I used to work at there. So
nice.
So I miss it there. Southern Illinois is a beautiful place.
So you have fans. You have a lot of fans
there.
And so, what is it for you? Let me ask you this. I mean, there's so many different aspects to different magicians' routines, and some really love the performance aspect, some the storytelling, or the writing of it even. Some are really into just the physical mechanics of the tricks. Some are into the sleight of hand. I mean, what for you really draws you in to, or how do you describe your own show? Maybe is a better way.
I guess it's more so. I like to think of it more so as just kind of like a party with a stage, and there's a guy doing magic tricks. I like the social aspect of it, and because I think the internet is the greatest tool that's ever, one of the greatest tools that's ever been invented since like the knife, and so now we have, as human beings, we're able to connect with so many different people, and it's nice to be able to combine the social in person and the social over the internet. I can still talk to other people that I performed for a long time ago, and I just like getting together with people, whether it be doing a stage show where it's a fun atmosphere that way, or doing close-up magic where I get to personally interact with people and see the amazement.
Presence.
I get to see their pupils dilate when something amazing happens. So.
How about you? For what do you like to go see in magic yourself? I mean, are you is there like a type of magic that you don't necessarily do, but like love it when you see someone else do a great dove act or something?
I like seeing the type of magic that is sort of symbolic in real life aspects. There's one of my friends out on the West Coast. he does a magic act with a painting, an abstract painting, and he removes certain portions of the painting. Like one of them is kind of like a circle, and it turns into a ball in real life. And he changes it into like a pink ball and puts it back onto the painting.
Okay.
And then, and by the end, his glasses vanish onto the painting, and it's an abstract painting of him. I like these these sort of things that kind of relate to real life in a sense, and brought
real life objects.
Real life objects. And I love that sort of thing. And then I also like magic that involves just our minds, because we can get. I studied a lot of philosophy in college, and just the idea of us being able to trick ourselves. I love magic where you think you're moving along the right path, and then it hits you, and you're thrown way off. So I love that part.
Excellent. So. Cool. Well, is it time for a trick?
I can do a trick. Okay, I don't know if. I like the spontaneity of it. I don't know if this is going to work, because what happened was
look, magic on radio is hard no matter what.
It's hard no matter what, but also because I made this hard on myself purposely. I took a deck of cards and I threw it down on the ground, and a lot of cards turned over and everything.
Okay.
And I turned over all of the cards except for one. I couldn't even see what the card was, and I put them all back together. Okay. And I put them inside the box, and then I shipped it to you.
And that's what you mailed to me.
And that's what I mailed to you. I mailed to you a deck of cards. Now,
okay, so I've got an envelope here, and this was postmarked December 21st, and I have not opened
You
this
have not
yet.
opened it. Now, you're also thinking of a playing card.
Okay.
What you can go ahead and say that card right now. What was the card?
And I'm thinking of a card.
Yeah, you were thinking of a card. What was that card? The one that you wrote it down.
That would have been a 6 of spades.
6 of spades. Okay, so go ahead and open up that. Okay.
So you had asked me to think of a card earlier.
Yeah, you were thinking
before
of a card
we went
earlier.
on the air. So now I'm opening this up.
Okay, and there's a little note in there. Read that note out.
Okay, so there's a deck of cards in here, and this is a little first-class mailer. First-class all the way.
I spared no expense. I even got a tracking number on it, too.
And the note here typed up says, "Dear Travis, thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm praying this actually worked. If it did, let's go nuts. David Ranalli." Okay. Now I've got a bicycle deck here, a blue standard bicycle deck.
Yeah, go ahead and open up the little flap.
Okay.
And take out the cards and see how the cards are face up. Keep them all face up.
Okay.
And spread them out onto the table in front of you.
Okay. So I'm spreading the cards out on the table.
And
the
look
radio
through there, and you'll
see.
Confirm for everybody that they're all face up.
They are all face up except for one.
There is
card.
the one card. There's no other cards face
There are
down.
no other cards face up, and I'm looking at.
And you said you were thinking of the 6 of spades?
I was.
Okay, go ahead and turn that over. Let's see if it worked.
And and the card is the 6 of spades.
Good.
Nicely done, David.
I'm glad that worked.
Congratulations. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
it worked too. That was awesome. Well done. That's excellent. Thank you, man.
No problem.
Very fun. So, obviously, a lot of people in Indy love magic. Taylor Martin has done a great job over a number of years in putting together lots of great magic shows. The Indy Monthly Magic that takes place at Theater on the Square. Taylor, of course, has also brought a lot of great magicians, including himself, to Indy Fringe. And through Indy Fringe, for the past couple years, he's been creating the Winter Magic Festival. And so we're up to the 2013 third annual Winter Magic Festival. I love this weekend because it's a great way to see a whole bunch of shows. And I've talked about this before, but this year what's exciting is it's taking place at Indiana Landmarks. Beautiful theater. So that should be a lot of fun. In the past it had been at the Indy Fringe Theater, but this year bigger stage at Indiana Landmarks. And we've got a magical lunch for kids, as well as 5 different acts that are sort of rotating in repertoire throughout the weekend. Because I know you're helping out, helping Taylor put this show together. Give me a little overview of what we get to see for the Winter Magic Fest.
You get to see some really incredible stuff. Eric Starkey out of Pittsburgh. He's got a great show, and he's got a little motif with superheroes. His show's called Superheroes and Card Tricks. And he's a really, really nice guy and very down-to-earth, great guy. The Young Champions of Magic, they're another one that you may want to see. There are a lot of young guys, 3 of them, and Reuben Moreland was actually in the documentary from last year called Make Believe. You can actually see it on Netflix.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I've heard about that. Excellent.
Yeah, that was a really good documentary as well. And Magically Ever After, it's a new show. And Devin J. Stewart, he's been in other Indie Magic Monthlies. And this one, along with Jennifer, they made a storybook of magic show. So I'm very excited to see how that one's going to come out.
Yeah, I'm very interested with that. Jennifer Kavanaugh, always nice to see a woman magician in the mix.
Yeah,
here,
no, exactly. Yeah, she's not just an assistant; she's actually really involved in it, and I like that aspect to it. I like when they're not just a prop in the show.
Exactly.
You know, she's a force within the show.
Excellent.
And then there's the Action Brothers out of Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah, I've seen those guys before. They've been here in the past for one of the Winter Magic Festivals. A lot of fun.
Oh, were they? I've actually never seen them. I'm excited to see them. And then
their lovely assistant, Misdirection. Which kind of their whole show's just filled with lots of bad puns and fun stuff. But,
I love a bad pun. And then Anthony the Great out of Richmond, Indiana. He is billed with the golden era of stage magic, so it's going to be a little vaudevillian sort of.
Nice, and I love that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And this is great. They lots of different magic, all very, very family friendly. In fact, I know that there's a family pass, $35 for 2 adults, 2 kids under 12, which is a great way to see a show. There's also a $5 pass where you can see all 5 shows, and all that information, of course, you can get at the indiefringe.org website. But and then the Magical Luncheon is on the Saturday the 19th, and that's from 11:15 to 12:15. And again, these are great events, especially for for kids that love magic and want to see some great magicians. Great weekend for the family,
even adult kids
and adult kids as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm going absolutely.
Yeah,
so,
also of course.
Yeah, but
and then there's also the Indiana Magic Monthly in February.
Yes,
as
tell
well.
me about that. Right.
February 5th. It's going to be me, Taylor, who runs it. Taylor, like you said, Taylor has been a great force within Indiana and Indianapolis for getting more magic and everything. I think, and his wife Deborah is a lovely woman.
yeah, absolutely. So that what's the date on that for the next?
It's February 5th, and then also there's going to be the Amazing Barry and Corbett Troyer as well.
Cool. Okay, so, and again, that's at Theater on the Square, and that is on what is that? Is that a Wednesday?
It's a Tuesday.
Tuesday. It's the first Tuesday.
Yes, and if you go, make sure you say hi to me because I'd love to meet you.
Excellent. Good, David. That'll be really fun. So, hey, what? Before I let you go, what brought you down here to Indianapolis from Chicago?
Well, I told you I lived in Carbondale, and then I also lived in Chicago, and I was totally taken out of my safety zone when I went down to Southern Illinois, but I loved it. I fell in love with the small town feel, and Indianapolis is just a great mix. It's 3 hours from Chicago, and it's just a great city. There's so many new things to explore, and I think it's a great city. I've heard people who live here say, "Oh, there's not that much to do." I'm like, "There's an incredible amount of stuff to do here." Really, I think it is just a fantastic city. So
good city
really
for magic.
And it's a great city for magic. It's not. Taylor's done a great job building it up for magicians, and I think it's just going to keep going from there.
Cool. Well, hey, I look forward to seeing you at the Winterfest and then also at any monthly magic show coming up on the 5th again at Theater on the Square. And it's been a real pleasure. Thanks a lot for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.